what you'll learn.
All right. Few announcements. All right, so here's the timeline of when things are due. Friday, your project will be due. I'll give you a rubric if you wasn't here. When I pass them out, give you a rubric. It is to make sure you know how you're graded, how you're gonna be graded. So make sure you do those things to get the most possible points. So remember, your project is a major grade. You have 2 minors and 2 majors left for the next week. So Friday, you'll also have a quiz over what we're going to talk about today and Wednesday. So you have a quiz on Friday. You'll have a.
Oh, that's me. I got you posted. I did. I had to go to the office and get her. That's my school. Cause we missed it.
All right. So you'll have a quiz over healthcare economics, what we're going to start talking about today and Wednesday. You'll have that on Friday. So make sure you write down exactly what I tell you. Probably Friday or either maybe Wednesday, I'm not sure. I'll give you a study guide for your test. It's going to be the following week. That'll be your last major grade for the month. So a recap, you got a project due this Friday. You got a quiz on Friday. Study guide I'll give you, that's going to be a minor grade. I'll give it to you either Wednesday or Friday. Then you have a test. So the test is going to be on the 14th. Study guide will be due that day as well. If you turn in early, I'll grade it early. If you wait until the day of the test, then it won't be graded until that day comes. Alright.
You've already circled your question, right? You should already underline the important information, and you should already start thinking of your game plan, how you're gonna solve it, right? All right, so let's get that in play.
Alright, so we are going to talk about the need for health insurance. We're going to define key health insurance terms. We're going to distinguish between individual and group insurance. And we're going to describe indemnity insurance and managed care.
You need health insurance. Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Still coming out the pocket though. It won't be as much. Thank you for that Mountain Dew. I sure appreciate it. I'll be bouncing off the walls by the time I see it. My seniors come in. They're doing CPR today, so I need it. Alright. Health insurance is a profitable industry in the United States. Spending makes up about 3.5 trillion, or almost 18% of U.S. gross domestic product. It's one of the fastest growing sectors of the U.S. economy, and it's showing no signs of stopping. The rising cost of healthcare is good for the economy, but the expenses are a burden for most individuals and families. Health insurance helps protect individuals and families from the burden of unexpected healthcare expenses. It is a form of payment that covers the cost of certain medical expenses. The amount covered varies between insurance companies and is based on the health plan purchase. The Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act of 2010 was passed to reduce the number of uninsured individuals in the United States. So, 2010 is when that happened. This law had a large impact on healthcare in the United States, including requiring health insurance companies to cover children, young adults 26 years old or younger under the parents' health insurance plan. It used to be, I think, when you went to college, they were not went to college, but like, I forgot what age it was. I think once you graduate, you had to come off, but now it lets you stay till 26. Speak up. Providing financial assistance to low-income individuals and families to purchase qualified health plans through health exchanges, requiring health insurance companies to provide coverage for essential health benefits, requiring health insurance companies to cover services for pre-existing conditions without charging higher premiums. So sometimes if you have a pre-existing condition, meaning you have something, some kind of medical condition, if you're changing insurances, because you had that pre-existing condition, they will charge you higher premiums. Because if you have some kind of condition, that means you're gonna go to the doctor more, probably have more medicine. So they changed all that in 2010. So when you hear people talk about the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, is what it is.
Good morning, Jeff Davis. Good morning, teachers and students. Again, good morning to you. Today is Monday, October the 4th. Today is Monday, October the 4th. Again, good morning to you. We are on an odd day. Odd day today, 1, 3, 5, and 7. We're on an odd day, 1, 3, 5, and 7. I do want to say thank you to everyone who made last week a success. Had a great homecoming week. So I really do appreciate you students abiding by the rules and dress codes on dress out day. Thank you everyone else who participated and made an impact to make that week successful. There's a lot of you teachers, all the volunteers. So again, thank you for last week. The mission of Jeff Davis is to provide and ensure a safe and secure community which focuses on high-level learning and positive relationships among teachers, students, parents, and community members. We will be a nurturing, safe, and professional environment that supports the educational success and social, emotional, and physical development of all students. Preparing tomorrow meets today. Everyone believes, and you continue to see that great things are happening here. Our football team, for example, they continue to work hard. Coaches believe in their students, the players believe in themselves and came out victorious. So we do want to say congratulations to our football team. We're still focusing on these things. We're going to focus on them all year: student learning, climate and culture, and professional learning. So students, please come prepared, ready to learn each and every day. Be in your classroom. When the bell rings, you should be already ready to receive instruction. I'm sure most of your classes, there will already be something for you to do as soon as you come into the classroom. So make sure you are prepared. You're coming to learn every day, and you want to learn. The opportunities for you to grow inside of our schools, so please participate, get connected as much as possible. Of course, we don't do these things, we don't fight, we're not going to disrespect our teachers, and we're not going to bring drugs, alcohol, guns, weapons to school. Please don't do that. If you do so, we're not going to take that lightly at all. There'll be severe consequences, ramifications for you, and they will be severe. So think twice about that. You shouldn't do it at all, but if you decide that you want to do it, you think twice and don't do it. We do have a JV football game today. It's at 6:30. JV football game. Tuesday, our volleyball goes to Lanier to face them at 4:30. We will have a faculty meeting Tuesday, 3 p.m., same format. Wednesday, our guidance department will be visiting English classes, talking about the importance of our pre-ACT and our work keys assessment. Volleyball will host league, this Thursday, 4:30. Friday is Glue Up Day, so we're asking, teachers along with students to wear a blue shirt for bully awareness. So you can wear a blue colored shirt with your khaki bottom, students, for bully awareness. And more information will be coming through the month of October to bring awareness to bullying. Our football team travels to Golden. They will, of course, play at 7 p.m. this Friday. Again, we want to say congratulations to our football team for winning homecoming. We're proud of the coaches and players, everyone involved, the band, everyone involved, the cheerleaders, the fans, teachers, volunteers. Thank you for making Saturday a very successful day. I'm just so proud of that, what took place Saturday and all of last week. Again, teachers and students. Before I say have a great day. One more announcement, all teachers with a homeroom class are asked to print the supply list pickup sheet emailed by Ms. Brooks. If you are unable to print, you can send a student to get a copy from the main office. Have every student present in your class today print and sign their name on the sheet. Once your classroom is called, send a couple of students with a completed sign-out sheet to pick up supplies outside of 148. That's on the south hallway. So please wait until your classroom is called to pick up supplies. And also teachers, let's make sure we are taking attendance every class period. Every class period is very important that you're doing that. That's one documentation. And that's how we can go out to some of these frequent students that are absent. So make sure you're taking attendance every class period. All right, teachers and students, have a great day.
All right, there's a sheet coming around. It's for your supplies. So today is October 4th. So print your name, then sign your name. We place it for you. So it's coming around right now. So when they call or whatever, we can pick up your supplies. All right, what you need to know from this slide? You need to know that Affordable Care Act covers 10 essential health benefits. Affordable Care Act is open second paragraph, which is ACA. It has benefits. They don't really tell you how many, but those 4 that's on the board is 10 of them in all. So ACA covers 10 essential health benefits. Affordable Care Act.
Covers 10 essential
health benefits. Affordable Care Act covers 10 essential health benefits. That's your long walk. You late. Affordable Care Act covers 10 essential health benefits.
So, the other week, we were talking with our layer manager. We found that we were having some issues with certain things. And one of those things that we were finding we having issues with is solving equations. Like, there's a sheet going around, it says the print is not that for me was coming around. Actually, so we found that we were having trouble solving. So we also will Google review graphics, so we just talked about solving. I think everybody can solve these types of things. Alright, so write this on the same thing you wrote the word from. Everything like you're doing in the morning, yeah, what I was worried about, keep it on the same sheet. Keep it right up. Alright, so we do the first motion. Add what you add.
Alright.
Health insurance fund.
Alright, so the ones I know you need to write, start off with premium. What girl? I ain't know if y'all had but I had animals to know with it. Alright, who hasn't signed it? Come over here. Yeah, hey, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Alright, so premium. The amount paid to an insurance agency for a health insurance policy. The premium is often a monthly payment. So that's gonna be monthly. Premiums are paid monthly, usually. Just depends. So that's like what you, like, of course, because we get paid monthly. So if you work somewhere and they get paid monthly, then they'll take it. You get paid monthly, they'll take it out monthly. If you work every 2 weeks, they'll take it. They'll split the total amount, take it out every 2 weeks. Next one is deductible. Deductible is the amount that must be paid by the patient before the insurance agency will begin to make payments. So write that sentence, that first sentence on deductible. The amount that must be paid by the patient before the insurance agency will begin to make payments.
Same sign, different sign, only multiplication division. Same sign, Okay, here we go.
Alright, so deductibles are paid yearly. The amount of the deductible is set by the type of policy that's purchased. Some policies may have a deductible of $500 or $1,000 each year. Other policies may not require any deductible payment. I think for our insurance, the deductible is like $900 a year. So once we meet that, so deductible is like what we, like the person, like the patient has to pay. I usually go over mine because I got a kid that got special needs, so we pay for all kind of stuff for her. So I usually do it for my deductible. Get over it. Everybody else in the family, not so much for her. She needs to do. Co-payment is an amount paid by the patient for a certain service. Many insurance agencies require $15 or $20 co-payment for every visit to the doctor. So when you go to the doctor and they ask you for your co-payment, that is what, like, your plan specifically tells you how much your co-payment is. Co-payment for Blue Cross Blue Shield from school system is $30. So that's how much you have to pay when you go to the doctor. Now, if you go to like a specialist visit, like you see like a neurologist or something, then sometimes your co-payment will be a little bit higher because it's a specialist. All right, then you have core insurance. The percentage of cost of a healthcare service that are paid by the patient after they have paid the deductible. For example, you have paid the deductible, have $100 office visit with a co-insurance of 20%. You will be responsible for $20, and the health insurance agency will pay the rest. Out-of-pocket expense, a medical bill that must be paid by the patient. Many health insurance policies have a limit on the amount of out-of-pocket expenses to be paid by the patient each year. All right, cost sharing. This discount applies to deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance for qualified health plans. It lowers out-of-pocket expenses. Then you have premium tax credit. It's based on your annual income and household information. This credit lowers your monthly insurance premium on qualified health plans. And then you have HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This law protects patient health information and confidentiality. It's signed into law in 1996. HIPAA makes it illegal to gain access to a patient's health information without their permission. It also places strict commission on the transfer of personal health information between organizations. So when you go to the doctor, they usually get you to sign, or your parent, read over this little piece of paper, and it's just saying that they're not going to take your information and share it without your permission. So like anytime you have to get your medical records, or somebody wants your medical records, you have to give them consent to share it or to look at it. So that's what HIPAA is. People always screaming about HIPAA. That's a HIPAA law. That's a violation of HIPAA. That's what they're talking about. Because if you work in a healthcare facility, you can't just be talking about the patient. You can't just go home, tell your family that you saw your teacher in the hospital and what she got or what they got. You can't do that. That's a HIPAA violation. You can talk about like a specific patient. You can say, you know, what they got going on, but you cannot share like their name because that's a violation of HIPAA. Everybody
Nice.
I guess I'm gonna have to personally hand it around because then y'all messed it up because it went this way.
No, they passed the other side. I did that.
Alright. Another important term regarding health insurance is healthcare fraud. Healthcare fraud is a crime. Anytime a provider, employee, or patient intentionally submits false or misleading health information for use in determining reimbursement, they're committing fraud. So examples are using someone's health information as if it were your own, billing for medical services that were not provided, deliver unnecessary medical services, misrepresenting the nature of medical services provided to obtain higher reimbursement, providing or receiving money for participating in any of the fraud schemes listed below. Above. So you can't use somebody's information as your own. I had somebody that texted me and was asking me because my daughter had tested positive and my husband had tested positive for COVID. They wanted a copy of the paper that said it was positive, so they needed to use it. I was like, no, like, that's a good idea. Because somebody was trying to go out of town, like Jamaica, and their babysitter, my sister died, so she couldn't babysit, so she had to cancel her trip. So to get reimbursed for her trip, she told them she had COVID, but she needed a positive test. So you don't have to try to find this. I'm not even doing all this.
Why you let her see the paper?
First of all, we didn't have a paper.
Oh, they gave you a call.
Yeah, because when we got tested, it was the PCR test, so it took like 5 days. So they just called us on the phone. We didn't get anything in the office. I didn't have anything anyway, but I was like, no, I wouldn't have did it anymore. But you know, people trying to make fake vaccination cards too. And getting caught, like if you want.
Okay, that's delusional, but the papers with a positive COVID test, that ain't delusional. But the fake vaccination card is delusional.
Okay, especially if you spell the vaccine wrong. Somebody spelled Moderna wrong on the card and got it caught. I don't think you need anything about fraud. All right, a deductible is paid on a yearly basis. That's true or false? Deductible. True. All right. What is a health insurance premium?
The amount paid to.
I ain't even read it. It's the first
It's B.
It's A. The amount paid to an insurance agency for an insurance policy. So premium is basically what you're paying. So I'll pay $307 a month for family. That goes to PHIP or Blue Cross Blue Shield. If I pay a copay, that's what I pay to the doctor. Like if I go to the doctor, I have to pay that copay. I pay that to the doctor or the facility. And then the deductible is what you're set aside for that year. But the premium is what you pay monthly, or if you get paid bi-weekly or every 2 weeks, it's split. What is co-insurance?
The first
one. All right. Bless you. A percentage paid to the doctor after your deductible has been paid. That's your co-insurance. Then sometimes, depending on your plan, you pay your copay, and then like if you ever, because insurance companies, they'll send you an explanation of benefits. They email it to. I know my insurance company emails it, but I can log in and look, and they'll show you like how much would that service was cost. And then it'll have like how much the insurance company allow. A lot of times insurance companies don't allow for the whole percent. They'll say, well, this was $200. We're gonna pay $75 of it. So they're not, if it's not allowed, they're not gonna pay the whole thing. And sometimes that's how sometimes you might get left with a bill. Like this morning I had to send some stuff for my 16-year-old because we have something called flexible spending that I pay for. So it's like money set aside just for like if we're gonna want to get glasses or contacts or co-pays, medicine. So it comes like out of my check every month, and it's just a card. It's like a credit card, and it's just for medical stuff because she has so many medicines, so many office visits and all this other stuff we have to pay for. It's just easier to do it that way. And but when you use a card, sometimes they want proof of what, because I mean they're paying for this medical stuff. They want proof that you paid for it with medical reasoning. So sometimes I have to send in a receipt of what it was, or I have to send in the explanation of benefits because it breaks down. So she had went to the lab in like I think it was April, and then they couldn't figure out why we spent $111. So I had to go through and look and then send them a copy of it.
Health insurance plan.
Huh? $111 on lab work. It was really like $247. The insurance paid so much. We paid $111. Then they came back and said we had to pay like $135 more. Who got that? Give me the first bit. What do we? It's up there. And everybody signed it? You didn't sign it? I have to bring this in here, right? Okay, everybody else got it after these two sign? Everybody else got it? Everybody else signed?
So now we're at our first step, right? So we do addition, subtraction, what? First. So the people who went to the left, we're gonna subtract. And both of you gonna divide.
Y'all supposed to
Divide by two.
print your name and sign. I'm supposed to print and sign.
Y'all know how to sign?
Like, they don't, that's why they didn't print it. I already know
I
that.
mean, I know how to sign, but
No, a signature is not your first name, it's your first name. It's just put y'all in line. They don't put it back up for my card, so that's why signature, not initial.
Only know
You don't think it's going out, that ain't right. So y'all gotta sign, I bet y'all will figure out how to sign for a check. You wanna get paid. I'll watch everything else on YouTube, watch her to sign. All right.
Only know for Martin District.
who be smoking? Stop talking about food.
I'm watching something myself.
Stop talking about food.
Anybody else have any questions for Bobby?
How much you put in? I'm good. They got me good, but I ain't good yet. Like it. Yeah, she's a bit. So, you know,
Alright. Alright, so the first broad coverage health insurance took the form of workers' compensation. It was introduced in 1914. It provided cash payments to injured workers with job-related injuries or illnesses. Compensation for medical expenses was later added, leading the way to the growth of private health insurance. So if you get injured on the job, then workers' compensation comes into play. Major medical insurance became widely available in the 1950s. Originally, these plans were designed to protect families from financial hardships that might occur as a result of hospitalizations, extended illnesses, and expensive surgery. Health coverage has since expanded to, you can just put them right there. Thank you. To include routine care. The Affordable Care Act of 2010 requires health insurance companies cover 10 essential health benefits. So this is what y'all wrote already. So you got outpatient care, emergency services, hospitalization, pregnancy, maternity, newborn care, mental health and substance abuse treatment, prescription drugs, rehab and rehabilitative services and devices to help people with injuries or disabilities, lab services, preventative health services, pediatric services including vision and dental. That's not essential for adults per the ACA. So as a kid, you can get it. Thank you. You can get it. But once you get to be an adult, it's not included. Not considered essential.
Individual and group.
All right. Private health insurance policies may be purchased in two basic forms. You have individual and group. Individual insurance is when a person purchases a policy and agrees to pay the entire premium for health coverage. People with individual health insurance are typically early retirees, self-employed individuals, and employees of small businesses that do not offer health insurance. About 7% of the U.S. population is covered by an individual health insurance plan. So, for example, if you work at a place that doesn't offer you health insurance, or you're self-employed, meaning you have your own business and you have to go and purchase it yourself, then you might have individual insurance. Group insurance is when a policy is purchased through association with a larger organization such as an employer, union, or professional organization. It's like working here. For people with private health insurance, coverage obtained through an employer is the most common. The premium is split between the employer and the person being insured. Group insurance is almost always less expensive than individual insurance. Medical insurance is an important benefit of employment. When health insurance benefits are purchased through an employer, they are generally cheaper than an individual plan. Additionally, the premiums that are paid are not subject to tax income.
clever, you're gonna go to Alex. Go to Alex. And then this is the code to get into
All
the
right,
class.
and which type of insurance policy does the person being insured pay the entire premium? Individual. And which type of insurance policy is a premium split between an employer and the person being insured? That's your group. Medical insurance is an important benefit of employment. True. So that's why sometimes people get jobs just for the, or full-time jobs just for the benefit, the health benefits or other benefits. But
I find that very
delusional? Yeah, some people need insurance. Not everybody.
apply for it.
But like they just said, it's cheaper sometimes when you go through a group than if you got to go out and get it by yourself. It's gonna be cheaper.
In the early years of health insurance.
Because if you're by yourself, you're paying for everything. At least if you have an employer, they're gonna split the cost with you.
What did they want to?
What if they don't want to what?
They ain't got no choice.
Get the pass. Y'all gonna quit going when I'm teaching. I just keep reminding y'all of that. Go ahead. I am. This is the announcement. Gonna be no. So either go on the way here or after, because then y'all missing stuff. All right. Indemnity insurance. In the early years of health insurance, most policies were in the form of an indemnity policy. With indemnity insurance, patients must pay for all healthcare expenses out of their own pocket. Alright, so for indemnity insurance, you need to know that the patients must pay for all healthcare expenses out of their own pocket, and then the insurance agency will reimburse them. So you need to know that in indemnity insurance, the patient must pay for all healthcare expenses out of their own pocket, and then the insurance agency will reimburse them.
Can you repeat that?
Indemnity insurance, patients must pay for all healthcare expenses out of their own pocket. Then afterward, the insurance agency will reimburse them.
Teachers, please excuse this interruption. All planning teachers, your individual trainer is here. Sent out an email some time ago in reference to individual training for teachers to participate in the planning period on Monday. Teachers, if you're on planning this period, please report to the library at this time so we can set up your individual class. I repeat, teachers, all teachers who are on planning this period, that's going on throughout the day. So teachers, when you're planning period, please report to the library as soon as that's already go. Thank you.
Alright. Alright, so most indemnity policies reimburse only a percentage of the total expense. A typical amount for reimbursement is 80%. Patients can obtain healthcare services anywhere from any provider. Indemnity insurance does not work for everyone. Some people cannot afford to pay. Some people cannot afford to pay for their medical expenses out of pocket and then wait for reimbursement. As a result, a new type of medical insurance known as managed care became popular in the 1970s. One of
Managed care.
Alright, managed care is built on two primary concepts: promoting good health and practicing preventative medicine. The goal is to reduce the cost of medical expenses by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Managed care plans offer medical services through a system of healthcare providers called a network. So you need to know this first sentence. Managed care plans offer medical services through a system of healthcare providers called a network. The system of providers offer services at reduced rates. People who are insured through a managed care plan must receive treatment from physicians within this system in order to get the reduced cost. So you need to know the first sentence. Managed care plans.
Wait, for the first paragraph, or the second paragraph? Second paragraph,
Oh, everybody else. Oh, everybody else.
So everybody got a bag on the binder?
I ain't get no bag. She ain't gonna give me now.
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 Fill it.
N-A-N.
Please, never mind. No,
School supplies?
no.
School supplies? Was that a trick question? What it look like? What's in there? School supplies, ain't it?
Oh, this one.
Huh? What's your say?
Never mind.
This how I be looking
Managed
at
care.
post on Facebook. Maybe it's perspective.
Alright, managed care versus indemnity insurance. So you have two major differences. First difference is payment for medical services. If you look at the chart, so your difference is payment for medical service. For managed care, insurance company pays the healthcare provider directly. And then indemnity, patients pay for services out of pocket and awaits for reimbursement. For choosing a healthcare provider, under managed care, patients are required to choose a provider that is in network. And then indemnity, there's no networks, you can go any place you want to go. All right, with indemnity insurance, patients are reimbursed for medical expenses after out-of-pocket payments are made. What is the goal of managed care insurance?
To reduce medical expenses by making
Bless you.
Reimbursement.
All right, so reimbursement is when health insurance repays what the patient has paid out of pocket. Health insurance plans do not always reimburse the full amount charged for services. Physicians may charge any amount for the services they provide. However, insurance plans may have a set limit for the amount that they will reimburse for that service. For example, a doctor may choose to charge $200 for a routine checkup. However, an insurance plan may have an allowed amount of $150 for a routine checkup. So that's what I was saying, like with the $100 and they might pay 75 of it. The remaining 50 may be covered in one of two ways. So the doctor will absorb the loss. This means that the doctor will drop the $50 charge and accept $150 from the insurance plan as full payment. Or the doctor will charge the patient for the remaining $50. In this way, the doctor will receive the full $200 payment for the checkup. This is called balanced billing. Preferred or in-network providers are not permitted to balance bill patients. So if you're in-network, meaning your insurance company, your doctor takes your insurance, they're not, they can't bill you for balances. Patients need to be proactive with their healthcare insurance. They must ask questions and research reimbursement amounts. Health insurance plans send patients an explanation of benefits, that's what I was telling you about earlier, that explains how a medical claim was paid and will indicate whether there's any remaining amount the provider may bill directly to the patient. So that's what I had to send them a copy of this morning, was the explanation of benefits. You want some tissue? Want to step in the hall? All right, doctors may charge any amount for the services they provide. Insurance agencies must reimburse doctors for the full amount that was charged to the patient. All right. If they're saying this amount is only allowed, then that's what they're gonna get. All right. Amount paid to an insurance agency for a health insurance policy. Amount that must be paid yearly by the patient before the insurance agency will begin making payment.
That's the difference. First one is premium.
And amount paid by the patient for a specific service, such as paying $50 for each doctor visit. A medical expense that must be paid by the patient. Patients pay for healthcare expenses out of pocket.
Indemnity insurance.
Then insurance will reimburse. And then this one, managed care.
Lesson summary.
All right.
In this lesson, you learned.
So if you were late or wasn't here when I said initially, project's gonna be due Friday. I'm gonna pass out the rubric, and I'm gonna post it on Google Classroom. Schoology. I'll probably grade it there. But this is just so you understand what you're grading on and make sure you have everything that's asked of you.
The both of the dump stores I went to this weekend, they just had them board posters.
Alright, so y'all can get your posters if you left them, you can work on them.
Once you step up the classroom, I need that. You need There's too much supplies for my book, like how old is it? They giving us new folders and all.
Does everybody else have a partner?
It's a whole people. It's a bonder on the Kids like put away. Yes, sir.
You better go around the trash and introduce yourself. To do that.
Who's the one that got a sickness? You got that COVID.
You should be working on your project.
Look, you just got high school. It's Bro, she still uses big, bro.
Everybody there, rubric.
Nah, that app is. I can do that if I wanted to. I really not. Bro, look, if I want to be carrying my book, why you like that? Oh, look just like that. All this came